And then we started fighting, and we started throwing hands in the middle of the street. The police came. Oh,
wow. No playing games. Be honest with each other. She made me stutter many times.
That is thick. You see how thick that is?
You gonna call people out?
Hi guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today we're doing a super fun activity and it's related to the month of October. We're gonna be carving pumpkins and it's the first time that I've ever carved a pumpkin. I don't know if Ollie has.
No, it's my first time as well. And while we carve the pumpkin, we're gonna be answering some of your questions that you guys asked on Instagram. So that'll be fun.
Because this channel is relatively new and we don't really have a lot of opportunities to talk about our relationship on Instagram. So I just figured it would be interesting for you guys to get to know us a little better.
All right, let's go get our pumpkins.
Let's go. We're back with our pumpkins! The funny thing is we got this carving kit and it looks like a toy. I don't know if this is actually gonna be able to cut through this because this looks very thick.
Sip of coffee.
Yes, sip
Before
of
we do
coffee.
some intense work.
Okay, let's get started. We need to go with the first step, which is to carve out the inside. So first we have to make a hole at the bottom and take out all the gunk.
Which tool are we using now? Starter saw.
Starter saw, which one is it?
This.
Oh, I got it.
Wow, here you go.
Wow. Wait, this is kind of fun. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to answer questions while I'm doing this because it's so hard. Oh, my hand already hurts. We're only on the first step.
Imagine you did all that work and it doesn't work. Wow, this is not as easy as I thought it would be.
Right?
Pumpkin skins are thick.
Wait, I don't understand why it's not coming out. I already cut a hole. What the fuck? It's much thicker.
I did it.
That's smart. Ew. What the fuck?
Wow, good job, babe. Cheers.
That is thick. You see how thick that is? I gotta put the sleeves up.
But this scraping thing is kind of weak.
I'm just gonna
use
my hands.
Oh God. Okay, my hole is definitely not big enough. Back to step one.
Ew, if you guys could see what I'm seeing, it's gross. The scraper tool really sucks. Oh wow, that was really quick.
So this is what inside of a pumpkin looks like. Yum. It's so sticky though. Ew.
Yeah, it's not pleasant.
Damn. Should we start answering questions?
Sure.
Okay, first question. How did we meet?
I knew people would ask us how we meet.
And this is how we met. Let me tell you. It was a rainy day at a busy Causeway Bay intersection.
Okay. Ollie's cooking.
We were waiting to cross the road. She's at the one side of the street and I was on the other side. The light turned green. We started walking. I was holding an umbrella and then looking down my phone. And when we crossed paths, I accidentally bumped into her and she looked up and looked at me and she said,
"Watch it, freak."
And I was like, who the fuck?
And then we started fighting and we started throwing hands in the middle of the street. The police came and we both got arrested.
And when we were detained at the police station, I asked for her phone number. That's how we started.
Oh my god, that's so stupid. No, we met on Bumble. But we wish we had a more interesting story. Wow, why is your workstation so clean?
Because it's a habit. I'm very clean.
Ollie is very clean.
Okay, I think I'm done with carving this.
Wow!
Dirty? Yours is so good.
Is it?
I think I'm done scraping it.
You already said that, so go wash your hands.
I shall.
Ollie always says he's doing something and then he doesn't do it. It's like, oh, I'm so full, I'm gonna stop eating. And then he'll start eating again.
All right. We're back. feels so good to have clean hands. I'm gonna draw whatever pattern that we want to carve out on this pumpkin now. Just so you guys know, I'm a terrible, terrible drawer.
I think I'm gonna make my pumpkin really happy. But I don't think I'm gonna make this too hard because just now carving that hole was pretty hard.
A few moments later.
This is what I drew. So stupid. Maybe I'll add some eyebrows. Like here.
Done.
Show.
Wait, I'm gonna draw a nose.
See, he's not done.
Okay. Ah. It's a vampire.
It's so cute.
Alright, let's see what Audrey got.
It's even more simple.
Oh wow.
Happy pumpkin.
Happy pumpkin. Okay.
Let's answer the second question.
First impression of each other.
I can go first. My very first impression. Oh my god, we were actually in IFC on our first date, like at this Arabica. And I was running late. He was on time, which I was like, oh, that's really nice. Because I feel like
You gonna call people out?
a lot of my friends are not very on time, so no, I'm not gonna name names, but I wasn't very used to punctuality of Ollie, so I really appreciated that. Then he got me coffee while he was waiting for me, and I thought that was really sweet. So I felt like he was very like caring. And then when I saw him, I literally kid you not, this was what was going on in my head. I was like, oh my god, that guy is really tall. Is that my date? And he was holding 2 coffees. I was like, oh my god, I think that's my date. And then as I walked closer, I was like, damn, he's really hot. And that was my first impression. Oh, actually, I have another first impression to give. We met on Bumble, right? That's how we met. So my first impression, when I first saw him on Bumble, I honestly thought he wasn't that cute because his profile photos are not that flattering, I think. And also, he had like this photo. He knows what I'm gonna say. He has this photo on his Bumble profile that's like him reading a book on his sofa at his old place. And he just like has his like hair done in like a full outfit with perfect lighting. The image is like 4K, so you know it's like shot by a photographer. Like, why are you having a photo shoot in your house, reading a book? Like, I just thought it was very pretentious, but turns out he's not full of himself at all. Oh, I did it!
Nice, babe.
I got 1 triangle out. That's perfect. Okay, your turn.
My first impression of Audrey, her style is spot on. What I like, very like fashionable and streetwear. And also the way she carries herself and the way she communicates is very like American and international, which was also a plus. You know, of course, she's very beautiful. And on the first date, she made me stutter many times. I was kind of shy to speak to her because of her beauty.
Aww.
Also, yeah, I think she's very talkative and quite bubbly, even though she didn't even show her full personality on the first date. She was kind of holding back, but you can already tell. But basically, yeah, she's just the girl that I've been dreaming for. That's the first impression of her.
Aww. First impression, you already knew? You're like, wow, this is the girl I've been dreaming for.
Yeah, kind of like 70% new.
Wow. Honestly, same though. Honestly, same. Like, I kind of already knew that I would like really like you on the first date.
Really?
But that's the first time I heard you say that about me.
Oh.
Is this like true? Or are you
Yeah.
saying this for the cameras?
No, it is true.
Oh, okay. Let me show you some progress.
Mine's looking good.
Ooh, we both already did like the eyes and the nose.
Hers is friendly triangular, mine's are evil triangular. Okay, next question. What's the key to a long-lasting and successful relationship? I don't know if we are qualified to comment on a long-lasting relationship yet because
Yeah, we've actually...
we've only dated for about a year and 2 months.
Yeah, which is not that long to be honest.
Yep.
So ask us in another year.
However, I do think our relationship is pretty successful. Building trust right from the start is very important. No playing games. Be honest with each other. It will save yourself from a lot of like overthinking and psychological torture.
Yeah, that's one thing that I really liked about Ollie is that he doesn't play any games. I could tell that he was really interested in me right from the beginning. Well, actually, probably from like the second date. I don't like when like people play hard to get or like, you know, you're hot and cold. I think it just doesn't work out, and it's not gonna be a good foundation for a healthy relationship. Like you're just gonna constantly feel anxious about the relationship, which isn't good.
Yeah, to build on top of that, it's very important to have precious time with each other, but also having your own life outside of the relationship.
Very important to have your own autonomy, to feel that you're still, you know, living your own life outside of what your partner is doing or what you do with your partner. Oh!
Ah.
Wow!
Wow!
Wow! That looks really good. Okay, what was the question again?
Key to a long-lasting, successful relationship.
Yes. Okay. I think another one would probably be like, we're really listing like the most obvious things, but I feel like it still needs to be said. The second one is probably communicating. Everybody always says like the key to a good relationship is communication. I think we really prioritize that. Even since the beginning of our relationships, we often like sit down and just talk about our relationship and check in with each other like all the time. Weekly, bi-weekly, we'll like talk about like whatever issues we have in our relationship that are unresolved or things that are making us happy in our relationship and stuff like that, right? I think that really helps build like a stronger bond and connection and trust towards not just each other but the relationship.
It's knowing that each other cares about the relationship a lot, that we're willing to communicate and solve issues. We don't give up on this relationship easily just because we're fighting, we're having challenges.
It's very important if you're getting into a relationship to not be avoidant. If you're gonna be in a relationship, you can't avoid problems. That's only gonna be a short-term help, but in the long term, if your problems just keep going by unresolved, then you're not gonna be in a happy, successful, long-lasting relationship.
Audrey's having her workout right now.
Okay, my pumpkin doesn't really look happy anymore. I'm gonna name this pumpkin Sarah.
I'm gonna name this pumpkin Theodore.
Theodore. Theodore and Sarah, they're a pumpkin couple. Okay, we're done with our pumpkins, but should we answer the rest of the questions?
Okay, let's do it. Do you have any tips for couples in the non-stop argumentative phase?
It's very normal to go through phases of having a lot of arguments and problems arising. I think what we do is when we're going through that loop, just call it out and just sit down and hash out everything. Bring it all out to the table so that each other know what is going through their heads throughout the whole argument.
Also, I think one thing that is super important is that you have to learn how to separate your emotion and
you have to separate your emotions from your actions. So if you're very angry, you can't take that out on your partner. I think it's also that if you both have the knowledge or trust that you would never intentionally try to do anything to make the other person upset, then it's a little easier to do this. And even if I feel that he's attacking me, I just take a minute and breathe and then tell him how I feel, basically.
When you're stuck in a heated argument, oftentimes if you cannot pull yourself out from being emotional, it will just spiral down to yelling, very hurtful stuff at each other that you probably don't mean, and that will end up hurting each other. It's very important to stop, take a deep breath, calm down, and then talk to each other in a nicer way.
Yeah.
Which Audrey does very well. She rarely acts out on her emotion and say mean shit to me.
Sometimes I do though. Yeah, I mean, I think it's hard and we're all humans, so it's very natural for us to lead with emotion as long as both parties are trying 100%.
Yay, all right. We carved our pumpkin, we answered your questions. How do we do though?
Yeah.
Let us know in the comment section.
I think it's quite cute, honestly.
I think I did a super good job.
Imagine we put little candles inside.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching our video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and hopefully you guys have a great Halloween.
Go get some candies for yourself. All right, see you in the next video.
See you guys next Tuesday.